Faint lights in the distance, the thin line that separates your shadows from my soul. As these walls begin to fall, head lost in the silence, cold stars illuminate the secrets on your tongue and the poison in my lungs. Where every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend, your labyrinth. Blind eyes in the darkness, frail hands reaching out, sword echoes in the smoke as the doors behind me close. No cure for the madness, each turn tangled in the fear of losing sight of the slowly fading light.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Titan series. We have a close few matches inside of Group B today to finish up that group. We still have a few more games rolling all the way into Saturday, and then we'll be moving right into the playoffs. But first, we have to decide who's even going to go there. I am joined today by the beautiful Noctish and Pasta, who is a quick little fill-in and replacement. We'll have them on screen in a moment, I hope. And I quickly want to pass it off to Noctish because he wanted to just talk about something important. So I'll just hand it to you. You can pass it back to me.
Yeah, thank you, parents. Hello, beautiful people. I wanted to express something right now because I believe it is important as a group of people, as a family, to share this important message across all of us. Uh, Lately, unfortunately, Tristan, pro Valorant player by Team Vitality, has unfortunately passed away at the age of 19. Uh, First, my condolences to his family, friends, and teammates as a Vitality, uh, also the Valorant community. But also, I wanted to say, people, if you have any mental problem, if you uh, seek for your mental health, please reach out to the experts and more importantly to the ones that love you. There are a lot of people around us that shares love, passion with us, and our presence. We might not notice it, but it is very important in their life. So please reach out to them. Also, I'm talking about myself, but I pretty sure that everyone on Talent League has the same feeling. If you feel to want to talk about someone, my DMs are open, and hopefully we can have a cheerful community and don't see such tragedies again. Reappearance is on your.
Right. Thank you very much for that. A bit of a heavy note to start on, but certainly important. Definitely something that should be brought up. I'm very glad that you were able to bring this to the table. I didn't hear about it up until very, very recently before the cast. So I'm glad you were able to bring it up. But moving on from that, we'll go back to the games. And we'll be moving right into Group B. We'll have our first game set up very soon. We've got Team 86 They're already qualified, they're already through, they're not really playing for anything. They decided to get us all the way to border, and I think we'll have Pasta to talk us through the map veto a little bit. So just run me through why you thought it was border from the get-go, because you very clearly predicted the map ahead of time.
Yes, so we were saying in this in the VC that we were talking beforehand, and I said that I fully expected the map to go to border, and indeed we do go there primarily just because both of these teams don't ban border a lot. It's usually a map that's banned against them, and both teams have a positive win record on this map. Illés actually haven't lost it this year, and Team 82 are 3 wins to 2 losses this year. So both of these teams, they don't ban the map very often, but they do quite well on it. Team 86's last game was a 7-4 victory versus SSP in the Gamers Without Borders quals. Illés, their last game was a 7-3 victory versus Siberian in MNEB, which is, if you don't know, basically the Hungarian National League. So both these two teams, very good on border, and we're going to see it here today.
All right. Good judgment of the maps. Some sort of ability that you have, Pasta. Certainly smarter than me. I didn't look into that game too deeply, but it's border. You said it. It's border. And so quickly, before we get into the game, we have nearly everybody in the lobby, so we'll be like 1 or 2 more minutes, and then we should be able to throw to the casters. But before that, I'll quickly want to ask Noctish, is there any specific player that you're maybe looking at for this game? Just from either team, just whatever you feel. Go with your gut.
Yeah, so on Team 86, I want to look at for Matt. He had a +5 KD on the previous game versus Vega, and a +2 entry. So I expect to something same happen on this game, but also on Spirit. Although they lost the game to Team Vega, but I want to see what Fantasy has to bring up to the game. Although he was like 0.88 KD and also the same 0 on entry, but despite the loss, he played pretty good. So I want to see these two play a matchup.
All right, players are ready. Good insight from you two. I'll be throwing it to the casters, and they're going to be able to take it away. It's Puffer and it's Leo. You guys have fun with that game. Enjoy your border, Puffer. I know they're rare. And so we'll see you after the game.
Oh, thank you to the host and the analyst for that introduction. Now, let me and Leo guide you through this match. But before that, hello, Leo. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, bro?
I'm doing pretty fine. Like the host mentioned, I do not like seeing Oregon, but this is an absolute banger as it's going to be border complete. You know, 1 in a million can't even see this in T4 for starters. So, you know, seeing this kind of live, not actually watching it, but casting it myself is going to be, you know, kind of a day changer. So let's actually go into this match. And you said in the background a bit more that you've played comp yourself. So would you have any predictions for these operator bans?
I mean, I'm sure the meta changed so much, but
yeah,
back when I played, it was a Thatcher ban all the way right here. But I bet it's not gonna happen. So we're gonna see.
Yeah, we're going to have to see. I mean, with the new EMPs and everything getting added, Thatcher has been a bit more on the low, but the first one getting banned from Team 86 is going to be a very nice seeing, especially, you know, a strong gun, good gadgets. I mean, the hard breach devices always come in handy, and to finish it off, the ability is absolutely gruesome if you do not have a warden, or maybe he gets taken out. So
also,
you know, yes,
people used to ban Nomad back then. Osa, okay.
You know, not too bad. I mean, yeah, Nomad, I can see it. Most definitely flanks were a common thing. So Nomad kind of makes the job easier. But Osa, on the other hand, again, she's probably one of the more primarily objectively sided operators, just in generally strong. Good gun, good gadget, everything to fit well. So, you know, might as well get her out.
Yeah, well, I guess I need to get updated with the new meta. Valkyrie is a good band, though. Always was, right?
Yeah, it's most definitely reasonable. I mean, great intel, yet again, good gun. For the meta, just since we're already on the topic of the ban of Solus, pretty much, Leo, it's Solus or Azami on defense. One of those two needs to get banned, or it's going to be an absolute cluster hellfire of a match. So,
oh,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, no, they are very strong. Even Azami on her own. I mean, it's just pretty much shields all around you, and then the enemy team has to waste a lot of gadgets to get rid of them, and then if you said you played competitive, right?
Yeah,
So pre-placing drones is a very useful thing, right?
of course.
Well, Solus destroys that. Solus is pretty much IQ on defense, and
Attackers need to
if
load
you have a
right.
pre-placed drone,
many bombs
yeah,
as they
it's
can.
gone.
Okay, yeah, that sounds a bit too strong. What did you say about the shields?
Yeah, I mean, Azami's gadget is literally just deployable shields, but you can place them anywhere. You can make pixel peaks. She just kind of throws out concrete in a kunai like.
Wait, so we didn't do anything about the shield meta?
No,
We
the
did-
shield.
we did.
The
We
shield
didn't
meta
change
isn't in the game as much from what I know, but I'm kind of relating her gadget to the deployable shields. It's a similar function. You could say it protects you. You can't shoot through the Azami barriers, and the only way to get rid of them is by blowing them up or punching them.
So it's basically the same thing, right?
Yeah, but she has like
Attackers
5
are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Okay, bro. Smoke and Mirror used to have like one each, but whatever.
I mean, we thought Goyo was strong with like what 2, 3.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you had 3 at the beginning, and then they nerfed it. They gave him 2 shields, and we still thought it was too strong.
Yeah, so then he had to put those canisters up. But even then, I mean, Azami is just absolutely insane. That's why if it's not Solus, it's probably Azami getting banned. But yeah, so kind of you even see on the screen right now, pre-placed drones make your job so much easier. And we're gonna be maybe seeing the first kill. Yes, we do. It's gonna be Mads with a kill onto the Nook. A very good early pick. You don't want the Nook coming in. The second one being very close. Oh, what a shot from the side of Mozzie, and that's the sledge taken out. And then this is a bit of a late refry coming in. Doesn't matter. Vitaly with a double kill. Oh my god, kills are just dropping. Leo, hell.
Nice 3v2. Good awareness there from the defense, and oh my god, Mira is gonna get another one here. A 3v1 should be an easy cleanup here. Doesn't look like Team 86 are sweating too much right now.
Oh,
A few body shots. Oh, maybe we're gonna make it interesting. A 2v1 here, maybe not. All right, that was a round.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, for a second, it kind of seemed like, the side of 86 were maybe going to lose. I mean, Illés was most definitely kind of bringing up the heat. They were getting some refrags in, but holy, that Mozzie getting some nasty shots, even a double kill. And the early kill on Nook can just impact the game so much due to the frag grenades and just her ability to kind of, start neck breathing 10 seconds into the round for you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was some kind of stare down through the ceiling and the floor. I mean, depending on which point of view you would choose, right?
Yeah.
And depending on who's gonna win that one, then the entire chain of events is gonna get decided, right? So the Vigil at that point, he was really aware. He was looking at he was holding the correct angle, and he got the kill. Didn't really look like the knock even had like a good chance to get that kill, to be honest. It looked like Vigil had the advantage, as you usually do when you're holding the top floor and you're looking down, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why most of the time verticality on attack is to be expected, because there seems to be some sort of advantage when you're looking down instead of looking up. So, I mean, most of the time that's why attackers or defenders actually seem to extend upstairs so the attackers don't get that verticality so easily. That's why also, there's roamers and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, with all of that in mind, we're going to be seeing actually some interesting picks. I do like the, it's not just the old...
This is an old one.
Oh goodness, it's gonna be a pulse, but Breach is coming in, so he may be getting into trouble soon.
Yeah, he's getting the information though. He knows what's happening. That's gonna help Rome, and Legion is gonna be aware as well, so they're gonna be holding those proper angles.
Most definitely. I mean, he's gonna need some help. He seems to be slowly getting pinched, and along with the floor zones, there comes the Azami. That's why he's also a very strong upper. Kind of a counter, you could say. As I mean, 1 minute's almost actually gone, and this is not necessarily good progression from the attackers.
Oh yeah, definitely not. I mean, the defense is just running around right now. They're getting a lot of information, and this Rome is really aggressive. Oh my god, the shots through the wall, and the other player is just gonna run out and gonna finish the kill. So I mean, it's definitely a good hold here. They're holding CCTV, right?
Yeah.
And it looks like the attackers are just struggling. They can't really get inside. Their probably comms are clustered right now, talking about what they should be doing. But Joker is gonna find a kill somewhere. He's gonna be roaming around. He's gonna be inside CCTV already, so they do have the control. The other defenders drop down, and it looks like the attackers have the top floor just like that. C4 is gonna miss.
Yeah, I mean, the orcs and both the sledge are out, so there's no actual man advantage
has
here.
been
And
located.
it's kind of just like a really big ruffle up here in the top floor. I mean, the zombies
Attacker's
should be
bomb diffuser
holding
has
it
been
good.
dropped.
Another kill onto the side of an ace, a very good pick. There comes the second on the floors. Do we get the third zombie? Actually, the Aruni should be getting into a gunfight. The Capital gets one. Actually, no, it's going to be the Brava, not the
Attackers
Capital.
recovered the
Sorry,
diffuser.
the gun seems to kind of remind me of Capital, but doesn't matter.
The guns are really similar, to be
Yeah,
fair.
I mean, yeah, Brava has Capital's gun. That's pretty much just it.
Oh yeah, it's the same gun? Right, right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there comes floors. We always love to see the drone gets taken up before getting the main camera, though. But that's some intel on the defender side. Now they know that there's some danger lurking around the bottom main area. So, you know, they have verticality, but the problem is, what now? They're not necessarily a buff side. They don't have an ace, sledge, or a floor to kind of get them the verticality advantage. And with a
They
pulse
have
still
some
rolling
breaching
through-
charges though.
They do. They do.
But with 20 seconds on the clock, I don't know. It doesn't look too good right now. I bet they're looking for these frags instead of the plan. 15 seconds.
left.
They need to find this defender, or else it's gonna be a problem. 10 seconds on the clock right now. They're gonna be able to find one. Plant is not going down yet. 7 seconds.
5 seconds
Legion
to go.
is not on site though, but
Oh!
they're not planting it. They didn't have the diffuser, right? The Legion is gonna find them both. Where was the diffuser?
Doesn't matter. The Legion's gonna be taking this one home as round number 2 and the second
Wait.
round in a row. Yes.
I'm curious, did they not have the diffuser, or were they looking for the other defender?
I do believe they. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to be completely
Oh,
honest.
wait. That's strange. That was a weird one right there. What?
Hey, I mean, 86 still
They
managed to pull out with it.
If
So-
they had the diffuser, that's strange because they crossed the entire site, right? So they could have planted for sure.
Mm, they necessarily. I mean, they kind of just.
Oh,
went for
right. The bomb site is
Many bombs.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
The bomb site is towards the bathroom. They
Yeah,
cannot plant.
yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah. Okay, now I get it.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been really good for them if it wasn't like that, but hey, the Legion still managed to get a very nasty double kill, but in the end, Team 86 not looking too bad. It was a close call, most definitely. Even the man advantage in the end could have been useful, although I'm assuming they were kind of scared of the defender being on the same side as they were, so they kind of tried to focus around that area, but
Yeah,
in the end,
definitely.
you know,
I mean,
still
when you're
managed.
crossing through a wall into the site and you know there's like 5 seconds on the clock, and you're kind of sure at that point that the defender is staring at you, right? So it's definitely scary and it's tricky. It's always hard to cross in a situation like that. For me, I thought they actually went towards workshop, so that's why I thought they didn't plant for some reason. But the site was actually bathroom tellers, right? So
Yeah,
right, okay.
yeah, it was a bit of a confusion, but you know.
So is bathroom tellers better than workshop now, or is it just
It
them
seems
being
to
weird?
be, because verticality on workshop is a lot easier to work off of
Right.
than bathroom. Bathroom has a lot less verticality to work with. So
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
Because tellers used to be like the war site. You would never go there. I mean bathroom tellers.
yeah, bathroom tellers. I mean, maybe, but I mean, if the competitive decided to kind of put it into meta, I'm not complaining. We get to
Oh
see
yeah,
something
yeah.
new.
The map is different now, so for sure.
Yeah, the rework has been most definitely showing its changes. As let's actually see what the side of these attackers are doing. Also, I'm kind of interested in how this frost could actually get in the way. Maybe we're going to be seeing someone step into it. Hopefully.
Do you think it's actually them choosing the frost because it's that viable and strong, or it's more for the mental game, right? Because if they manage to step into that frost mat, it would tilt them a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Is it more that, or is it just, you know?
Maybe mental game. All I know is that just in general, Frost has been introduced in Chalet and not much other maps. I don't know how it would work around here, but if it works, she's still a pretty valuable operator. The first kill comes on to Frack. It's going to be the Oryx. A nice starting pick for the attackers and a good roam clear, as it is seeming for now. I mean, it's Zaruni left upstairs. She's going to get pinched any second.
Yeah, the Oryx is gonna go down early here. It's one of the roamers. I mean, not early. 2 minutes into the round here, I actually lost my internal clock here. 50 seconds, and they are definitely struggling with this roam. But only 3 defenders right now are alive. Mozzie is gonna be on this flank though, but everyone is staring at him right now, and he will need to win these gunfights. He won't be able to. A 5v1 right now, and this should be an easy one, surely, right? Legion is gonna be holding this corner. They're gonna find him at the end, and it's gonna be a flawless round.
Yeah, that's kind of how important the verticality on this side, on mostly workshop and vents, is. I mean, if you get it as an attacker, it's almost an instant win. You have control over the entire sites, both of them, from just upstairs. As in bathroom tellers, you kind of have a bit of bathroom, and that's mostly it. You don't really have tellers under your C's, so, you know, in the end, that's kind of how important verticality is. We even seen the Mozzie in late game starting to flank just because he wanted to, you know, put more pressure on the attackers so they aren't so carefree. Maybe they get a bit more scared.
Attackers
Maybe
need
they
to
start
locate and
messing
defuse
up,
bombs.
putting some dents in their gameplay so they can take advantage of it. So, yeah, I mean, verticality most definitely is important on that side. But, I mean, for bathroom, a bit less. You know, you can play it a bit more safe, you can back off a bit more later as a defender, and you can also extend into workshop just to make your job a bit easier, as we're going to be heading upstairs. And, you know, don't need no Solus to take out some pre-placed drones as the castle is going to one. And it's very interesting how we're not seeing, you know, the usual Jaegers smoking. Now we have Mira, Castle, Wood.
10 seconds to
Oh yeah, definitely. And I mean, you don't see a bandit. Bandit was huge on the site. You needed the bandit, right, for the trick on the armory wall. Now you just see them extend towards CCTV, and I don't know, is it like standard, or is it them extending the strat and doing something out of the ordinary?
No, it's most definitely what most teams would recommend. But what I wouldn't recommend is going for a double spawn peek, which doesn't work. It clip it. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be the castle and the Mozzie out of the match.
Oh, definitely. That's a clip it right there. If I would need to choose a moment, that's the moment I would choose. 3v5 as the round starts. I mean, not the prettiest thing that you want to see. But okay. I mean, they can still pull it, right? They still have the mirror on the board. They still have the vigil on the board. They still have the map control to work with here. They can go aggressive here towards CCTV and try to get these trades.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good. It's a very good grenade. It's a very
looking
good
like
grenade.
a flawless right now. Yeah, it's a beautiful nade, to be honest.
I wouldn't expect it, but Mira getting the first pick on the side of 86. Maybe a small chance of a comeback, but taking fatal damage. Back in, there comes the nade. Is it going to strike again? No, it was
no.
not, but close. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but the mirror is really low HP as well, and Vigil is not looking too pretty himself, to be honest. I mean, they will need to do something aggressive here. They will need to try and run around and get some kills, and it looked like Mira tried to do that, but she died in the process, so it's just Vigil now. He's just gonna try and hold on to his dear life. He's gonna get one, he's gonna get two, maybe he's gonna get the third. Oh, almost. What a nice try by the Vigil right there, but not good enough.
Almost
not
managed
today.
to get all three. Although I am wondering, was it on purpose? Because if we check out the operators that were actually taken out in the double spawn peak, it wasn't the Warden, the Mira, or the Vigil, which are the three more like important operators. The Warden, I mean, the glasses are just really good, especially with the Vigil and Mira, and they
It
both
was
have
the
C4s,
castle and
the Mozzie.
The castle and the Mozzie, right? Yeah.
which have already kind of used their gadgets, so they're not as important if they die as
The
if
thing is
other
with the
three.
Mozzie that he has a C4, right?
Yeah.
True.
So you don't really want him to die, but then I guess, I don't know, like back in the day when I played, back in the day, bro, I'm not fucking 40, but whatever. Back in the day, like when I played, Vigil had he has the impacts, right? And he's using them, as you can see, early in the prep phase. So you kind of wanted the Vigil to go aggressive in spawn peak, right? Because he doesn't really have the utility for like the mid round or late round. And Mozzie has the C4, so he can always like deny plans or do something useful with it. with that C4, like play close to pools, for example. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do with a C4, right? It's a useful,
5 seconds
gadget.
left before insertion.
So I would say that Vigil is probably a better candidate for spawn pick, but then again, it depends on your strat as well.
Yeah, I would say it also goes off a bit of more of play style, because if you're going to be going for really aggressive flanks and, you know, those pre-play zones, you'd rather have a Vigil than a Mozzie. For that, that's what I'm based off of. Yeah, a secondary gadget as in C4, most definitely. You do want to have a lot of C4s and Mozzie in that situation. For that would be great. But what I'm starting, there's a bit of a pattern that I'm seeing. I mean, Team 86 has always been really aggressive, and it seems like, just like right now with Mats and, of course, the Floors, they are getting shut down. They are not going to be able to bring that aggression. Never mind. Flores goes in for the reload, getting taken out by the Mirror instantly. And yeah, there's the aggression. It's getting shut down really easily. Now, do you think it's just adaptation, or did Illés kind of prepare for this aggression?
I don't know. It looks like ILS are just ready for the aggression. It looks like since the second round, they kind of realized, okay, this is how 86 is going to play this game. And they don't seem to be too surprised or too scared to play against it, you know? They're kind of using it against 86. And it looks like they're holding the correct angles. They're clearing the roam. And they don't even need to, you know, drone too much or do anything too crazy, because the 86 is giving them, you know, bringing the fight to them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, other than nades are being really useful with the HP, it doesn't matter. We literally are getting shown this in front of us. The Mirror gets aggressive, she gets one. A's getting some damage dropped off of him, but manages to get Tucano. As, yeah, I mean, like you said, the fight is being brought to them. Even if they do have play drones, you can check it out. The next second, there's going to be a bullet between your eyes. Just because Team 86, I mean, they seem really aggressive, but they're comfortable with it.
Yeah, definitely. 86 is just running around. As soon as they see a drone, they will just shoot it and run back at you. So it doesn't look like... it's not one of those games where ILS wants to take it very slowly and tactically. They want to kind of match the pace towards how 86 is playing right now. And it looks like Castle is going to down one of the players here, and they're going to try and clear this roam. Mira is going to push up the middle stairs and try and help the Castle as well. They are not aware, and Mira is going to get a triple kill right now, so it's a 1v2. Sledge is not up on his feet, though. And Ace is very low on HP. Both of them are up now, both low on HP. Mira doesn't have a C4, and they kind of need to plan. 30 seconds here on the clock. Mira is going to hold this angle, and she's going to need to play this nice and patient. She needs this confirmation that plant is going down. There is a confirmation now. The C4 is gonna go off. That's a quad kill for Mira. She's just gonna hold right there, not even gonna move. And he's gonna see the feet of that Mira, and he's gonna catch her from that corner and gonna finish the round. But I mean, that was well played.
Most definitely. I mean, it was a quad kill, including the C4 in the end. Not only was it pre-placed, but she was ready to go in the gunfight, but the feet were shot out.
Yeah.
She got baited, and
That
in
pixel.
the end.
Is it supposed to be like that, though? It doesn't look like it's supposed to be like that, you know what I mean?
I mean, if it's built like it, we can't say much. I'm not sure.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a Ubisoft game, bro.
I'm not sure how Ubisoft decided to how they wanted
locate and defuse
the
the
intention
C4.
to be there. But
Yeah, that's my question. Is it intentional? Like, should you be able to see the pixel of the leg right there in that corner?
I'm not sure. I can't think like they do. They have very strange decisions at times, and you know, for this one we aren't sure, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. I mean, maybe they fix it in the later upcoming seasons. Maybe they don't. They just keep the feet visibility, because it is a pretty strong spot.
Yeah, it doesn't look like one of these spots where you would like, you know, one of these like drone holes where you would want like a drone to pass through,
10 seconds to go.
Yeah.
and they're like big enough, and it makes sense that you could see like feet of other players, but that's not one of those spots. It's just a
Attacker's
weird
objective
gap.
is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
I'm not sure. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Maybe this gets fixed, maybe not. But what matters right
I
now
mean,
is
regardless, well played by the Mira.
yeah, most definitely. It was close, but sadly in the end, a possible mistake from Ubisoft would have ruined it, or maybe just not. Like, we're gonna have to. But let's actually go into this round. Although Team 86 was on the first two rounds kind of on a bit of a winning spree, and now it seems like Illés is going to be coming back with 3 rounds in a row, just absolutely 1 And yeah,
Okay, it looks like someone just sent me a message. It looks like it's part of the geometry and it's not a bug. So it looks like it's intended. So okay, I mean, yeah, I mean it's supposed to be like that basically, guys. That's what it means.
yeah.
It's part of the game. It's fine. Mira should have went more aggressive.
Yeah, now the Mirror player can sue Ubisoft for not making the perfect border. Anyways,
Yeah.
as we go on to round number 6, this is the last round before the role swap, so we could be seeing completely different results based on how these teams play on their own, or defense, or on the attack, whatever way it goes. But yeah, this seems like it's going to be a break CC focused site. As we're in bathroom, this is completely somewhere completely else they're pushing, but they need to take it just for the verticality. And with Azami defending
bomb
it,
has been
it's going to be
located.
very hard.
Yeah, she's gonna be defending the top of E stairs, and it's such a pivotal point in this map right now. And if they can't take it, I mean, it's gonna be a huge problem for the attackers. Azami is holding it for such a long time, already 2 minutes, and they still haven't taken it. She didn't take a buddy, but they didn't take top E stairs, and that's the most important thing. You just can't go on and clear the other roamers if you can't take the top of the E stairs. Then Azami's gonna even take one of the attackers off. So, I mean, she's being such a huge problem right now. Ace is also down on the floor here. Gonna finish him off with a shotgun. They will be able to kill the mute. And who is it downed in sight? Is it Ace on site? I'm confused.
Yes, it is Ace down on site. And the main issue, I would say, is that the fact that these attackers are on site currently, although they didn't manage to prevail, it's going to be IQ in a 1v4, you could say. They just can't really help out much, as it's going to be the Azam. Actually, no, it's going to be the Rooney finishing it off, although we do see Azami in play, as of course, Team 86 is going to begin the round, equaling it up, going to 3-3.
Yeah, it's not an issue as long as the Azami is holding the top of the E stairs, because since she's holding the top of the E stairs, they cannot take top floor, and that's the reason they can't really plant on the site regardless, right? Because the defenders have the holds from top down, so they can see the entire site regardless. So there's no way plant is going down anyway. And
Yeah.
I just realized all of that now. I was so
Attackers
confused
need to
during that
locate
round.
and defuse bombs.
Yeah, I mean, that's the power of geometry and verticality. There we go.
Right, yeah. Geometry, guys. That's
Why
what it
they
is.
teach you- That's why they
Yeah.
teach you math in school, so you can play Rainbow Six Siege better.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Discovered the
I mean,
location of a
right now
bomb.
we're going. I do believe stairs should be, as yet again we don't have, like you said, bandits used to be really popular, even caves at this point, but it doesn't seem like defenders seem to be focusing on main breach as much as they used to. Now they kind of just extend it to CC.
We're doing the actual. We're doing the actual. We're going the other way, right? We're opening the walls now
Yeah.
instead of reinforcing them and tricking them. It looks like we're just opening everything up and just taking the fight towards the defenders. But I mean, seriously now, Buffer, is the map balanced right now in terms of attackers and defenders? Do you know the stats, or is it defender sided?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's defender-sided, although based off of stats, I think defenders have a bit better of a win percentage here.
That's always like that, but you would say it's pretty much balanced, right?
I think so. I'm not up to date with it too much, but I would say so.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, border not too bad. I'm just happy to see it. It's not Oregon. That makes my day. As you know, let's hope one of these teams gets their day made, but a very nice shot. I mean, 1 minute has already passed, and yet again, I mean, there's pressure from all sides, but these attackers need to start wasting their gadgets in a bit more of a, not universal, a bit more of a pushing way, so these defenders have to get pushed out. I mean, you know someone's right next to you, and you could get aggressive 1 second, and it could all fall down.
Yeah, he's getting Dokubi cold as well. They definitely know he's there, but I mean, it's a problem to clear that angle. Yeah, Zami here is gonna try to find a fight, but she won't be able to. SMG11 and SMG12 are both gonna sink, and both of these players are gonna go down. So that's the Ash and the Jaeger, the superstar duo back in the day.
Action Jaeger, the kind of the.
You remember those days?
Consider the sweats of Rainbow Six Siege, as of course Ash is going to be getting taken out along with Jaeger, as mentioned, and there comes Yana, and it's a refrag from the side of the Dokkaebi. Ace getting one for himself, and now it's a 3v1. A very nice shot from the Azami, making it a bit closer for her own. She doesn't have pre-play C4s, and she's Azamiing herself. Actually, a bit of an entrance off to herself, and the plant is going down, so this is going to be very difficult to push. I mean, the default one's completely protected. She almost catches one lacking, but not completely.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a difficult 1v2, especially if the attackers play it right, and they will. SMG-12 is going to do the work here, and Yazami is going to go down. It was a nice shot towards the 90 player, but nothing she could do really in this situation, besides, I mean, just aimbotting both of these players, right?
Yeah, just for a second, you know, turn on the cheats, they won't notice. But
Yeah.
it's a very difficult way to go around default spots like these. I mean, you can have pre-play C4s, but if you're an operator that doesn't have that, or any type of smoke, the Chanka gadget that can force them out of that position, it's most definitely going to be a very hard one, since, you know, they can just camp behind the bomb, the other team can watch them, and you have a confirmed
Defenders,
crossfire
protect your
almost, and
bombs from being defused.
yeah, that's a very difficult situation to go through as a defender, as I mentioned. Now, going back upstairs, you know, they want to give it a bit of a second chance, but Team 86 do seem to be getting back on their feet slowly, as this was their second round one. Although it's kind of a trade, it seems like, you know, Team 86 won what, 2 rounds, then it was Illés, then now it's 86 again that won 2 rounds. So I guess it's Illés' turn now.
So who would you say the favorite is right now to win this map?
10 seconds to insert.
86. You know, on defense they weren't so good in the late defense. They weren't as good on the aggression. But with attackers, especially because, I mean, they in general have better guns and better way around aggression, they can kind of use that a lot more. So I'm gonna say 86 for
Right.
that.
So you feel like they're gonna they will bounce back here, and I mean not really bounce back, but be able to finish it off and you know, close it pretty comfortably, right? That's how you feel.
I'll say so.
Okay. I don't know. For me, it really looked like on the previous half, it looked like ILS have a better idea of how to play the map properly, and 86 is more relying on their gun skill to win the rounds. But I mean, that could still be the case, and 86 could still win. You know what I mean? Like we both could be right.
This could go any way. We just have to see. I mean, it's really up to adaptation and the team chemistry, maybe also mental up to this point. But I mean, it seems like the executes are coming in very lately, which I'm surprised the side of Illés hasn't brought in a Tachanka or a Smoke. Maybe it's not in their strat necessarily, but you know, bringing someone out to kind of cancel out those late executes is most definitely a valid option. Now Jaeger's going to be getting aggressive onto the side of 86, manages to take out the Twitch, and it's the refrag though coming in from Mats.
Yeah, that was really aggressive towards both the east stairs, and Warden is gonna try and help him there, but I mean he won't be able to trade that one. Still a 4v4. Sledge is gonna get up here. Ibana is really low on HP. I mean, a lot of fights here are going towards the defense, I would say. 1 minute and 20 on the clock, and they're still somehow holding the top floor right now. So it's not gonna be easy clearing the rest of these roamers, and especially later on going for armory here.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Not only, there's a double kill coming from Mats, and a very nice frag. He's gonna be getting taken out alongside the Hibana player, so now it's a bit more defender-sided. Tucano taking some heavy damage. He seems to be getting pushed, but he actually manages to down the Oryx. And now he's Tucano right now alone aside with a down Oryx, and of course with a mute and a shotgun, a very deadly combination. It comes out, and he's going to be getting taken out without even knowing who's actually shooting at him, as Illés kind of evening up the score right now, which
doesn't even need the SMG-11.
I mean, the shotgun
Just
from the side.
sniping him, bro.
Yeah, you
I
know,
mean, why not?
the shotgun is pretty decent. Not decent, pretty good. It's a very good shotgun, so might as well take the advantage.
As long as you
while
believe in it. You have to believe in that shotgun.
Like it's a god, pretty much. Believe in it, it's gonna do the job.
Because if you don't believe in it, it's gonna let you down in the worst scenarios ever.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's how a Ubisoft game would work. But yeah, I mean, I'm a bit interested. We're not going into bathroom and cellars. Maybe we've seen 2 sites upstairs right now. So yeah, bathroom most definitely could be viable. But hey, if they can rely on very good protection of verticality and the aggression, or just in general roam or time wastage, if they can do that, props to them. It's gonna work.
I think the key here is that
10 seconds left.
it's probably a bit easier, like in my opinion, it's probably a bit easier to hold
5 seconds.
the top of Armory and Archives than to hold the top of CCTV and Customs.
Attackers' objective is to defuse the bomb.
CCTV and the room adjacent to it. It's not Customs, right? What is it called? Anyway, it's definitely easier to hold the other side of the top side of the map, like the Army and Archive side, and that's why it would be strange for me if Tellers and Bathroom would be the better site towards the bottom floor, right? Because if you can hold Army and Archives easier, Army and Army and Archives easier, then it should be easier holding down Workshop, right? Vitalian is gonna get the first kill here with the Ash, a nice headshot there towards the aggressive Joker peeking from the Armory door. And it's definitely gonna make the job a bit harder for the Bandits, because he won't be able to trick the wall or do really anything with his utility now. He just needs to hold that one door. And this strat really reminds me of the old days, right, when we used to hold Armory and Archive, just like I said before. And it looks like the attackers are gonna be clearing it in a very similar fashion as well. They're just gonna be clearing the Archives window and pushing from the Armory wall as well at the same time, taking top of CCTV here. Ash is gonna be locking down 90 angle here. C4 is gonna try and he's gonna try and throw that C4 outside. Let's see if it's gonna land, and usually it doesn't land and it won't. So yeah, 1:30 on the clock here.
Oh, what a shot though. Armory gets pushed heavily. The Ace manages to get one, gets instantly free fragged by the side of the Bandit, making it a bit more equal. No man advantage here, as of course, upstairs still needs to get pushed heavily. We do have the Sludge still and the Ash both on lock. Jaeger gets spotted, so now he could be in a very difficult situation as... Get it. Oh, what a wallbang from the side of the Bandit though.
The fade away.
You know, they got the verticality, but it was a well worth kill. Just kind of, you know, transitioning out of the verticality. They do have the Sludge and the Ash, so pretty much the entire side is going to be opened up. But this extension could help them out dearly.
Yeah, Puffer, but the issue here is, I mean, the attackers are at the top floor now, right? So it's a 2v2, but they have all the advantageous angles that we talked about before. So Plenty is gonna go down here. Ash is gonna cover really close, and she's gonna have the advantage with a big scope right there. She's gonna get the first one. She won't be able to get the Bandit just yet, and we'll need to get a really nice shot to win that one. And Vitalian is gonna finish the job with a nice headshot towards the Bandit. So a good job by the attackers there, just taking the initiative, planting, you know, without hesitating too much. But again, I mean, I don't know. It feels like the defenders just dropped down a bit too early in that 2v2 situation, right? Because you just give all the advantage to the attackers, you're giving them all the angles, and you even saw it yourself. Because as soon as they dropped down, they kind of ran away towards bathroom, right? Because I mean, they knew that the attackers have all the angles now. I mean, the hatch is open, the floor is open.
Attackers need to locate
So
and defuse bombs.
I don't know. For me, it's like kind of more of a you stay top floor and you fight, or you lose the round kind of thing. Because if you drop down, you probably lose, especially with 1 minute on the clock.
Yeah, you could consider it an all or nothing situation right now, especially with the Bandit. He got the kill, but he could have, like you said, he could have most definitely still stayed up there, still wasted more time. Maybe even gotten to kill another one, because, you know, they still have a lot, like you said, Armory upstairs is a lot easier to hold, so they still have rotations, they still have a large area to go around. So he didn't need to necessarily
5
just
seconds to
drop
insert.
down. He could have wasted a second or two, or just, kept playing aggressive, like you said. So even the second defender that was left up with him could have joined them upstairs for all we know.
Yeah.
That verticality, that's how important it is. And, that's the only reason I would consider Bathroom a bit more viable, because it's not going to be that game-changing.
Right.
But yet again, it literally just depends.
It also depends on how you want to play the strat as well.
Yeah.
But then if we're gonna keep talking about that point, right? Just really quickly, Puffer, if you remember how 86 played that defense, they had the Mira actually in the same situation in the 2v2, pushing up the middle stairs, helping the other player. If you remember that, that's how 86 played it. And ILS have kind of played it like the opposite way, right? They had both of the players dropping down, so it definitely. Oh my god, a nice shot by Fantasy there. I mean, that's going to be helpful. A nice 5v4 to start off the round. And ILS needs it. So yeah, different philosophy to how both of these teams are playing the game on defense for sure.
Yeah, they kind of seem to be just opposing each other's gameplay. Doesn't matter though, as it's going to be another kill from the side of the Bandit going on to the side of the Twitch. Oh, just breaks in. Alibi getting the zombie for herself. An instant refrag.
Ooh, Chikali.
As well getting refragged. Another shot coming from upstairs, and it's going to be the Bandit.
Flurry.
Actually, the Fenrir coming out with 2 kills off his own. What a shot to finish it off. And, well, that seems like we're to a 5-5 score. So if one of these teams manage to win 2 rounds in a row currently, it's done for this match.
It feels like an overtime, if you're asking me. That's how I'm feeling.
Maybe. I mean, these teams are really close. Although they like we've been talking about it, they have really different play styles. One goes a bit more aggressive, helps each other out. The other plays defensive, likes to stay a bit more close to sight.
Yep.
It still seems to
Attackers
be
need to
working
locate
out for
and
both
defuse
of
as
them in
many
certain
bombs as they can.
situations. So it's a 5-5 right now, which whoever wins this round is most definitely going to impact the mental of the.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, for 86, maybe not as much, because I'm sure a player, for example, like Vitolin, I mean, used to play T1, right? A really long time ago, but still used to play T1 Rainbow Six. I mean, you're probably not going to feel the pressure too much. But when you're playing against players like that, maybe you will feel the pressure, especially in a, on stream with the close score line in the match that you feel like you should have probably maybe won on another day, and now you're losing it.
And then there's also
Attackers are
things
heading
that
out to
maybe
defuse
you
a
did a
bomb.
mistake that you didn't need to make. There's like these big mistakes that you're making, and then you think back on it, and you're like, oh, if I didn't do this, we could have learned out that and that. So that's what
Everyone makes mistakes. It's okay, Buffer.
yeah.
It felt a bit personal, so I have to reassure you that it's okay.
Yeah, no, but yeah. Jokes aside, yeah. I mean, if you do think about your past mistakes from this match, and you could have been like, "Oh, we could have won because of this," and same with Joker right now. If he could have gotten that kill, it could have been a completely different outcome. As the attackers are slowly going to start expanding their weight and their control over the map.
Yeah, Vitolin is very confident on that entry with the Ash. I mean, I'm sure a drone came in first, but he was really quick clearing that corner. And, I mean, he's going to take down the Oryx really fast early on in the round. 2 minutes on the clock here. And we're already going to have the Buck at the top floor. They just need to clear Chikali now. Chikali, there's no drone on you, but the Buck is going to be coming in front with the shotgun. And what a beautiful clear. Making it a 4v2 now as Fantasy is going to get one trade for 3 of his teammates. So a 4v2 right now. I mean, Mozzie doesn't have a C4 to play around here, and the attackers have the top floor. Definitely a tough situation for defense here.
What's even worse is they took out the defenders, actually managed to take out the Ash, meaning the attackers still have full gadgets. They have the sledge, all the aces mostly, the Buck, and of course the Dokkaebi to make it even worse. And the knife kill comes out from the side of Freck. A very really close message into chat, as of course it's going to be a nice finish off from the side of Freck.
That's
again.
nice.
Yeah, just and a hipfire to finish it off, now making it 6-5. And with how 86 performed this round, if they continue it on to the next one, we could be calling it GG's.
Do you think they're just sick of it? They wanna get it over with?
They just want
Do you
to.
think that? Do you think what's the, wait, what? Hello?
Yeah, they just want to
What did you say?
end it as in end the match, not
Oh,
as
right,
in-
right. Yeah.
Okay. Jesus.
No, that's what I thought, bro. It's okay. I didn't think of anything else. Like,
All right, let's continue.
Defenders,
Yeah,
protect your bomb.
most definitely
Used
they
by
could be.
attackers.
They maybe I wouldn't necessarily call it playing with your food. Maybe they were taking it a bit less easy, or maybe they weren't as warmed up, and now they're actually.
oh, I
getting-
would call it
located a
playing
bomb.
with your food, bro. What do you mean? I mean, it's okay that the bot came in crawling in, shotgunning that mute. That's actually a viable strategy. I don't have anything against that, but bro, at the end right there with the hip fire towards his face, towards the last player, I mean, you're just playing with your food at that point.
I mean,
I'm not saying it's the entire team doing it, but it's definitely Freck doing it, right?
there's some traces of it, most definitely. Yeah.
5
Yeah.
seconds to insertion.
But I'm still, yeah.
That's why I wanted to go to overtime, you know?
Objective is to defuse the bomb.
more moments like that.
No, because I feel like if it's gonna be, I don't know. I don't feel like people are playing differently in overtime. You know what I mean? They usually play more serious. When it gets to overtime, you kind of know that it's on.
Yeah, that's when mistakes start to really count, you could say. And yeah, with overtime, there's not only more pressure, but there's also some people play a lot more safe, some people play a lot more aggressive, but people in general do play a lot more serious. So right now, Team 86 on attack. I mean, they could just take this home, but it really depends on how they do it. I mean, with the aggression they had on defense, and it was really good aggression with the first couple of rounds, we saw, you know, the shots coming in from the Ace onto Armory, just an instant peek from CC. It was just absolutely insane. Joker seems to be standing on the same spot, but is going to be retreating the second he gets kind of a tingle that he's in danger.
Yeah, he doesn't want to dance with that Ashe again, but the Ashe is not on the board anymore. The Vitolin is now in that knock, and he's gonna be doing something else entirely. What is he planning?
I'm not quite sure, but C4s are going to be coming out. That's one from the side of Mute, and I'm just assuming that Vitolin right now is going for a bit of rotation cutoff, or kind of.
Oh, that's a bit of a crouch walk. That's how I call it.
Bit of a crouch walk, you could say it, but maybe just, you know, using Nook as she's meant to be used, sneaking in by the enemies.
Oh yeah, I love it. I mean, there's so many defenders who are looking at the ceiling right now that I'm hoping he's gonna just catch off guard. You know what I mean? Roxanne looks like he's kind of aware, but not really, man.
Oh,
Vitolin is gonna catch Roxanne off guard right here as he's gonna shoot the drone, and it's gonna make it a very nice 5v4 for the attackers here. A nice opening, and Vitolin, he's just gonna go to another corner here. He's gonna go to the opening that was opened early in the round. It looks like Oryx is aware of this, right? Or is it Mozzie? Yeah, Mozzie is aware of this, but the ceiling is being opened at the same time on top of him, and he will be able to win that gunfight somehow as well.
yeah, I mean, time is starting to slowly run out, and of course, with that, right now, it's starting to kind of get really tensed up. I mean, we already have the sled sneaking up onto the side of Workshop. 1 kill coming in from the side of the castle. 20 seconds on the clock. This is going to be really bad for the attackers. And yeah, there comes another one. Double kill from the side of the UMP-45. Although the Ace is in sight, doesn't manage to do much. The Legion will be getting one, and the Mozzie finishing it up.
Hip firing is not gonna help you this time.
Yeah, the hip fire.
I love it. That's the overtime I wanted.
Yeah.
This is a sweaty game.
Oh, this is close. Now.
Yeah, this gets me excited. Wait, I need to breathe, bro.
All right.
Wait, I'm gonna turn on the AC.
You're gonna turn on the AC. I have to cool down for a bit.
Yeah. I love this.
It's gonna be going into overtime, and with that, we get to see more border.
Attackers.
Oh, you cannot tell me that 86 is gonna win for sure now. You cannot be sure of that now.
Oh, I can't. Like, it's hard to always guess. I kind of like rooting for the underdogs, but these teams are really close.
This looks like really close. I wouldn't I know 86 is the top dog in this situation right now, but this doesn't look like a game where ILS is struggling too much. It doesn't look like a game where they're, you know, sometimes you get to overtime, but it looks like one of the teams is really struggling. No, this looks like it's a really close game, definitely toe-to-toe. Both of these teams are capable of winning. For me, it's a 50-50.
Yeah, what does scare me a bit, and you could say it shakes my boots, is going to be Vitaline with an Amaru. Freck with the glass isn't so surprising. Glass is a very good operator, but not the best.
Is he
but,
though?
you know, he is decently strong, yes.
Well, what did they change then?
Nothing. It's just the meta.
Okay, but
It's
I mean,
not a meta
the smokes
around.
are not as strong as they used to be. So what could it
No,
be?
but it's like it's not a meta that's focused around glass. On this map, he's just a bit more useful. I guess that's kind of what I got from it. But
Okay.
I'm just hoping to see an Amaru rush.
Is it just like holding the angles? Is that the reason, or is it something else?
Kind of.
Oh, nice little run out there. Dokubi's gonna go down early, and that's such an important operator to take down early for your roamers, right? It's gonna make life so much easier, and it looks like they're just gonna go for a focused top east stairs push here, but a C4 is gonna go in, and the defense was definitely ready. Joker is gonna get another one here, make it a 4v2 here. Plant is not gonna go down. Sledge is gonna be prone inside, just holding down to dear life here. Glass is gonna go down, Sledge is gonna jump in. Outside the top of the east stairs, just gonna run away here, gonna think about his life choices and reconsider everything he did until now.
You know, sadly, most of the time this would work in ranked, but this is not.
This doesn't even work in ranked, man. But you're not gonna tell me this works in ranked. This
You'd be surprised.
Maybe
You would
maybe
be
like in
surprised.
silver, man.
No, you would be surprised. Ranked has changed for the
Oh, yeah?
worse.
Okay. We're gonna play then. We're gonna play then. You're gonna show me. I haven't played.
No,
I haven't played in a while. You're gonna show me the new ways.
I am not playing ranked because I want to keep my depression out of my life.
Your sanity.
My
stable?
sanity, I want to have it
In a good
nice and
place?
calm. Yes.
Right.
See,
Yeah, that's the
just-
reason why I stopped playing this game competitively. What? Who said that?
I wonder, but yeah, it's right now a bit hard for Mats. I don't want to be
What
too
does
obvious.
Mats need to do to win this round right now? Like, that's what I always think when I'm in these situations, right? It's basically impossible right now. Unless one of these players is just completely gonna troll and run towards him, he can't really do much. They have the diffuser. He has so many angles to clear. I mean, he knows it himself. He's not even jumping in the window. He's just looking for people to run at him.
The most probable situation you want to do when you have less players in the enemy team would probably force them into 1v1s or not allow them to cooperate and go for refrags, but you know,
Yeah,
four
that's
people
nice
on
and all,
hand-
but they're not gonna allow you to do that.
Yeah, that's the thing. In this situation, you don't have like it's not like a 3v4 where it's a bit
5 seconds to
easier.
go.
This is a 4v1, and with the time ticking, I'm just assuming they're gonna maybe use this time to talk it through, as Illés is gonna be getting round number 13, one game away from a very nice win.
Oh, they didn't update the game. You're not saving the attacker's gun towards the next round, and you're not gonna have it on defense, right? That's not the new change.
I don't think so, no.
Okay, so they were just talking it out.
I have no clue.
I mean, ILS is on the advantage now, 7-6. What are you gonna tell me now?
I'm gonna say
They
I
look like the better
can't-
team on this map. I don't care.
I don't know. Like I said, this I can't really say much. It's a
Attackers
really
need to
close.
rotate.
I need someone to argue with me, man. You can't just agree with what I'm saying.
Well, there's not much of an argument
I
to
need
put. These
I
teams
need the opposition.
There's no opposition to be put. It's an equal team. I can't just say, oh yeah, they're gonna win because I like the color blue. I have to put up a
Do you,
decent
though?
argument. But there's
Do you like the
nothing.
color blue?
Maybe.
Okay.
Just maybe. Look, I
So
said
you're not gonna tell me then?
I said 86 earlier. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm a man of my word. Let's.
All right, then you're gonna stick to 86. All right, yeah, that's what I wanted to hear, bro. Because that's what you said before. You were so short. You were so confident. I told you ILS looked very close to them and very equal when they were 4-3 down, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's when I said that, or maybe
It was
when it
around
was.
there.
Yeah, it was
Pretty
around
much.
that time, around the halftime. So we're gonna see who's right, and just mind you, one of us played competitively before. That's it.
Two
That's
of
all
us.
I'm gonna say. Really? You did as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did-
really?
I
Okay,
did,
okay,
I did
okay.
it for like a year and then I stopped.
Okay. You're gonna tell me after stream everything, all about it.
Oh god.
Oh,
How about we talk about the
Vitalin.
Yana getting a very nice early pick onto the Mozzie, and you know, maybe your fruition comes true. Not just maybe, most probably, as it's going to be the Mozzie out of the match, and it's a very early pick as well, which could be impactful.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Vitalin and basically 86 back on the defense, and it looks like they're still playing as aggressive as they did before the overtime on the first half, right? So the Vigil is going to be aggressive, roaming here at the bottom floor towards Customs here. A nice nade by Chikali, though, is going to take down Frek, making it a 5v3, and I bet the Vigil is feeling the pressure right now because they're gonna want to clear this roam, or maybe not, but they're definitely gonna work together towards a goal here, and he's gonna be alone towards the bottom of the floor here. Yana is gonna hold the rotate, so he can't really rotate up the middle up the middle stairs, sorry. And Lion is gonna take Customs here, so much map control gained. Mira is gonna take another beautiful headshot as she did before the overtime here on 15 kills already at Qatar. Very nice shot there, and he's gonna just take things into his own hands.
Yeah, Tucano getting a bit more aggressive to help out the mirror up to no prevail, though, as the time is slowly ticking, and these attackers need to kind of shut down this aggression if they want to cover more ground. I mean, especially if they want to get to the actual execute. They may not have an ace, but they can still get something out of it. The Vigil ability coming out. He's going to be playing aggressive, actually gets the kill onto Fantasy, making it a 3v3 situation. He's going to be getting pushed out. Yes, he does. A sledge kind of making it a bit more of a man advantage for themselves. A very useful situation, although Yana and Mira both aren't on too good standards when it comes to HP, as it's going to be a really big gunfight coming up any second.
Yeah, there was a drone right now on that Mira, so they know exactly where he's playing. The flash is gonna come in, the Roxanne is gonna come in from behind, and he's gonna take the other player as well. It's gonna be an 8-6. They're gonna take it in overtime. ILS is gonna take border, and that was a great game to watch.
Yes, it most definitely was. But before you guys head on over to the break, let's take it back to the host. Take it away, Reprints.
Hello everyone, welcome back. A great game. Thank you for the cast, Puffo and Leo. We'll see you back later for the other game as well. I'll quickly have the analysts introduced to me in a moment, I would assume. And what an intense game. It ended up being really intense for a game that didn't really matter for 86. They still really showed up and struggled against IAS, and IAS was able to pull it out ultimately, I think because they had more weight to it. But how about you run me through it, Pasta? Just tell me, it's really hard to call. Who was the MVP in that game? I think you're
Fantasy
muted.
with a 1 point. Okay. Fantasy with a 1.24 rating, Rexin with a 1.22. So it will be Fantasy that that actually wins the MVP for that. But I mean, Rexin actually had a much better scoreline in terms of kills, 15 and 11 compared to 12 and 8. It's just the others surrounding it, like the entry, like the cost, that bumped Fantasy up to that MVP.
All right, very well. I'll quickly turn over to Noctish because we have 1 or 2 more minutes before we can pull up the clips. And so I want to quickly talk to you about 2 things that you've mentioned to me that we wanted to go into. And the number one thing is the droning nature. So how should droning be done? How do you conserve your drones? How do you use them in the round effectively? What should and what shouldn't you do? And what did you spot in this game particularly that you want to talk about?
Yeah, so basically, when you get into the round, of course, as an attacker, you have one important piece of utility, and it's your drone. The drone nature, when he introduced in the game, was to spot defenders or utilities in general to have an upper hand and understanding before getting into the site and map, and plan how you want to play it. Uh, During years we are on year 8, of course, the way that a drone can be played has changed, of course, with the addition of a player like Iana, Jackal, and etc. Blah blah blah. You can see the drone has become less vital uh, in comparison to year 8, for example. So the thing that I actually look into the game and I saw the problem, and also a huge things also in tier 1 and ranked, is people do not use their piece of utility, this piece of utility specifically at the start of the game, mid game, and at the end of the game. So how you should play it? Basically, if it is in start the game, you can find possible roamers and detect their positioning. For a player like Nuke or Ash, a drone 5 second or 4 second ahead can be a huge opportunity, because the drone either going to get picked or see the operator. Either way, the player behind the drone can get a kill. Also in the mid game, it can, if a player or two player go on a drone, they can help the team to restructure their plan, especially if they are in a man disadvantage. And the at the end of the game, we can see that those drones can play in a post plan situation, or even to try to bring operators or defenders out of their comfortable side. So, for example, was playing on the window. It was round 12, I think, when it was 1 versus 4 or 3. I don't remember exactly. But if Sledge had a drone in hand, he could just throw it, and see which side is going to be picked. So he has an understanding that, okay, we have a player on that specific place, so I'm going to pick it. Also, uh, another way to play it is to use it as a decoy. So you're fighting. It was Jaeger on Fountain, which got picked by Sledge. You throw the cam. Uh, the Jaeger will be 100% a distractor for a 1 second. Then you go for the fast frag onto the player. So the nature of droning has changed hugely, but unfortunately, especially in this game too, we see the lack of drone usage and gathering info, especially on attacker side, when they wanted to enter and they got picked one by one for the vertical holes or a possible blind angles.
All right, I think that's a very good point. The increasing complexity of the game and the unique gadgets from the attackers really liberate the abilities that you can perform with a drone. You're not forced to be conserving your drones as much. You can use them for other purposes. As you said in year 8, you can use drones to throw them anywhere just to kind of get information on where the bullet trails are coming from, and that's a very good point. Uh, so even though it liberates these drones, even though you can use them in more unique ways, it still means that they're important. You still need to use them correctly. Even when you have more application cases, which just makes the whole thing more complex, you still need to use them properly. If you're not using your drones, you're not going to win the round, because a drone can play a huge factor, no matter if you're hot droning or watching flanks or throwing it to see where somebody might be. So very good point, very comprehensive point for this. I think something that both teams somewhat struggled with. And so leading into the second point, just quickly run me through what you wanted to talk about as well, crossfire and backup. So how refragging works and how these two teams have dealt with that.
So about the crossfire, it's not just intended into attackers or defender. It works for both teams. So something that I want every player, no matter it's either you are playing only ranked and having fun with your teammates, or you are playing the toppest tiers 6 invitational. In my opinion, each team, if they are going to hold a site, an angle, or a simple place extended, for example, you need to have a crossfire, especially if you know that those teams are, for example, in this case, border. Let's assume the site is in bathroom tellers, and you have extended into the workshop, also into the upstairs office. Um, so the players are going to attack from archive and also the main door towards the workshop. What happens is that you have extended, so you have a player in workshop and players upstairs to holding office. If there is two player playing in each side and one has a crossfire or an angle towards the main push, and the other one has a crossfire to back up the player from other angles, it shows that you have a crossfire, you have a backup with your teammates. It doesn't matter if that player get killed or gets the killed and refragged. You have the opportunity, or the other player have the opportunity to get another kill. So you lose one, but you gain two. This is very, very important in general in today's game, because we see players going absolutely nuts, super aggressive, getting an early kill, opening kill, and then they get refragged, or they cannot push back because there is no backup or crossfire. Uh, it is such a vital point in today's siege to have this opportunity to have the crossfire and the backup, so your team can refrag you, and then it is more likely to win the round and close the opportunity of a comeback in a round.
All right. Again, very important points. Maintaining that man advantage very important, especially for this game. I would like to touch up on the opening picks and how those led to round conversions, but I think we're about ready to go for the clips. We can run some clips, just watch them back, see some of the more important stuff of the game, and we'll be running through them. The very first clip on screen right now. That's the double spawn
So
peak that ended up
yeah,
backfiring, yeah.
so the castle and Mozzie together trying to spawn pick, um, it was questionable. First, these two operators are not the strongest one to actually do the spawn picking. You usually see it with the dog, with the for example, rook, the strong operators with the like 1.5 scope with less recoil. But we see these two operators, it's kind of understandable. So you have used your utility, castle barricade and Mozzie pets, so you go for a little bit of not actually going nuts kind of. But the other side, I don't know if it was Leo, I think, mentioned it. The C4 on Mozzie, uh, it is not that much vital if the player is not going to play post plant, or a specific situation that you have the intel and then throw the C4. So it comes to the mentality of the team of how we are going to close around. If we are going to play the post plan, then yeah, Mozzie should play absolutely safe, or anyone with a C4 to play the post plan and find the players inside. But if the mentality is that, yeah, we go for the early picks, we go nuts getting the kills, let's see what happens, then that's not important. But the castle positioning was really questionable. It's one of the most common places to punch the wall and get a kill. So yeah, I didn't like that kind of spawn pick at all.
All right, the other clip that we have is the Mira 4K that nearly led to a clutch, but was cut short by just seeing through the bottom of the geometry and shooting the feed out, forcing that Mira to go for a wide swing. So quickly run me through that round. What do you think about that?
So, like Leo said, back in days when I was an analyst for teams, we had I forced every player to play Bok or Sledge into each map, completely naked, bare the map with the floors, with the destructible floors, and see the burr map, how you can gain an advantage with angles that people don't expect them. It would take like 30 minutes, 40 minutes for each player to completely burr the map. But at the end of the day, you can find things that you don't expect him. I believe it was NA once that there was a direct angle from garage on chalet garage towards lobby towards the mezzanine that
Oh yeah.
yeah, no matter that you put a thermite on the wall or ace, you could shoot it from the basement. That's a huge advantage. So in this case, I believe Mira's positioning was good enough if she knew that her feet is going to be protected. So sorry. So when you don't know that, you lack the knowledge that yeah, that there is a pixel angle, they can pick me. So what was the best play? It was either playing behind the tellers or into the small room. Let the player even go for the plant. Then you go for the refrag or post plant situation. It's more understandable than playing in a questionable position because you lack the knowledge. It is not that common, I understand, but still, people should care for this kind of pixel angle cheeky ones.
I mean, yeah, it's the perfect example of the thin margin that we saw between these two teams. It was seeing a foot that separated win from loss in that round specifically, and IAS ended up taking that. It was a very close game, and if they wouldn't have won that, then they may have not gone to overtime. They may have not won it. But we'll quickly move on to the last clip that we have on screen. So just run me through the double kill from Ash. Noctish, you're muted.
Sorry, yeah. My wife was bleeding, so I just kind of muted it. Don't disturb me. Uh, stream. So, about the double kill Ash, I want to specify the Ash nature. So, from the start of the game, year one, Ash R4C, absolutely no recoil, ACOG. Oh my god, I just missed those days. Until year
I do too.
8. Yeah, I think everyone just missed ACOG, especially on Jaeger 2. But from year one to year 8, Ash has been a very vital player, an operator for any team. You don't see that often Ash being banned or don't get picked in general. It shows how strong she is. Also, a huge amount of nerve to her. But the way Ash is playing is that you either going to get a huge amount of kills or in favor of your team. In this case, Ash just got 2 amazing kills, and I believe the droning was on point too. So it helped the team and actually ended up these amazing kills that we saw.
All right. Very well. Very good analysis, very comprehensive for the clips, very comprehensive for what you've pointed out before we went to the clips, just touching up on the drones and everything. This game was very, very tight, and so I'm going to be moving into the interview with Joker from Illés Akadémia Spirit, and we'll get him on screen in a moment. Hello, hello. Jóested kívánok. I learned that. Was that roughly correct? Can't hear him right now. Just give us a second. All right. Again, Jóested kívánok. How do you feel after this win? Very tight one. Not the way you wanted it to go, but just run me through your emotions. I can't hear him. Yes, now I can. Just having some issues.
Can it hear me now? Ah, okay,
Okay,
okay.
there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Just repeat yourself if you remember.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing we wanted is to win. We didn't plan on being it so close, but at least we closed it out, and we're happy with this.
All right, you're content with it? I mean, the game is now pretty much out of your hands. In Group B, it's now not determined if you go through by you anymore. It will be determined by another game that will come later on. So I'm sure you'll be somewhat closely following the stream for the later game because Vega kind of decides if you're going to go through to playoffs or not.
Yeah.
So just run me through why you thought this was so close, and then I'll touch on. So just talk about your opponents for a bit, and then I'll talk about some individual rounds. I'll get you some questions.
So basically, we were going back and forth every round, like every defense round mostly. Like we played Armory, we lost it, played Armory again, and then we won it, and that was with every round. So if we could close out every site with one round, that would have been so much less. I mean, less close. So
Right.
yeah.
So it's a matter of adapting and fixing mistakes on the fly, and clearly you did it well enough to be able to close out the game. And again, congratulations! You know, taking down 86, you've increased your chances of making it through. So. What I quickly want to touch up on, I'm sure you remember round 5, there was a certain play in a 2v1. You were playing against a Mira actor. He was up against the wall. He was inside of Africa stuck. You're starting to go for the plan. C4 comes out, and then you're in the 1v1. I'm not sure which player it was, but the sledge is able to see the feed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's able to see the feed. So run me through that round.
I don't remember the beginning of the round, but
Not the beginning, just how that 2v1 panned out.
yeah, I mean, basically, we told Shukar he was the ace to plant behind the bomb. We kind of knew there was a C4 below, but weren't really sure. We didn't have any drones. And then, well, he tried to plant, he died, and then we were shouting. All 4 of us were shouting, "There's his feet, there's his feet," and then he killed him.
Okay, so you could see his feet. It was a close affair. You were able to clinch away with that one. And so the last thing that I wanted to talk about was your opening picks. This is a trend that I've seen with your other games as well. On Monday, I think you had one that I noticed very specifically. When you can get the opening pick on the attack, you can really snowball. But what I've seen is that your team specifically seems to struggle every now and then with getting the opening pick. But as soon as you have it, you pretty much always convert the round. You always snowball and you roll over them. We've seen a flawless or two from your attacking half. So what's the problem with finding these opening picks? I see that you're hesitant. I see that when you're able to find the opening pick, no matter at what time mark, as long as you have the man advantage, you can convert the round. But just what's the problem with identifying who you can pick off first, finding mistakes or flaws that you can read into your opponents?
I mean, I guess that's like our main issue is we drawn like 3 or 4 people, and we just don't know who to focus on and who to pick up first. And then maybe one of us just wanders off and tries to give him a 1v1, and then we just can't pick off anyone, and then they have the entry, and I guess we have less chance of the round when we give an entry.
All right, very interesting. So just shifting your focus to the correct person at that time. So the last thing I wanted to just I wanted to give you the room here. You can say what you want to the stream or to anybody that might be watching from the fans. So just say what you want to say.
I mean, the only thing I want to say is that Rex is a beast. He finally fixed his mental, and then he found his zone, and he's back in the game. I wasn't really happy with my performance, but at least I closed out the last game against Need One, so that was worth it as well.
All right, thank you very much for the interview. Very helpful with answering some of the questions, and have a good rest of your evening. Peace out.
You too, guys. Bye bye.
All right, there we go. That was the interview for game 1. I think if we can bring on Cameron for a bit, just wanted to quickly talk about something.
That's me.
All right, Pasta, run me through the group standings. Just tell me, what does this win in overtime for IAS mean? What does this mean for Vega? What does this mean for IAS?
Well, obviously, Need One are already out. We already knew this, and with this performance as well, Team 86 have secured first place in the group because they got that 1 point. They got over the line. They are now in first place. However, Illés is a bit more difficult. They need One to win. If Vega win even in overtime, they will be going through. If Need One win in regulation time or overtime, Illés win. So basically, this Hungarian team are going to be the biggest Need One agency fans in the world, probably, coming into this next game. That's basically it. That's all the stakes. It's all on this game number 2.
Yeah, it was. It's balanced on the performance of who can do better between Vega and IS, and IS put up a win, which means Vega now also have to win. But because Vega have a very slight, as we talked about before the stream, they have a very slight round diff advantage. They have +1, which means that as long as they win, no matter the scoreline, they're going to go through ahead of IS. And so that's all it's down to now. It's out of the hands of IS. They played the best they could. They tried as hard as they could against 86. They were able to get a win out of the top team in their own group, but it's no longer up to them. It's now between Vega and Need One, the French derby that's coming up next. All right. I think that's pretty much all for now. We'll throw to a quick break, and then we'll come back with the French derby in a bit.